Hello and welcome to News Brief on 22nd Century Television, Channel 28, with me, Marion Grace Davies-Kama. Let's take a look at the stories making the News Brief. Kenya experienced widespread disruption on Monday as demonstrations occurred in Nairobi during a national public transport strike, prompted by escalating fuel prices and the increasing cost of living. Travel across the capital was significantly disrupted as demonstrators ignited tires on major routes, leading many drivers to remain at home. Several educational establishments transitioned to remote learning following safety concerns, which prompted education authorities to advise parents and school administrators to evaluate local conditions before children return to class. Protesters voiced strong dissatisfaction with the government, citing frustrations over escalating fuel costs and a general increase in the expenses of daily life. Cape Verde is poised for a significant political shift. The nation's principal opposition party, the African Party for the Independence of Cape Verde, PAICV, has emerged victorious in Sunday's legislative elections, securing 46% of the vote, according to preliminary figures from nearly 98% of voting centers.
Despite it being difficult for me to walk, for me, voting is a way to keep the struggle alive for all the women of Cape Verde.
Francisco Carvalho, the leader of the PAICV party and the current mayor of the capital Praia, is expected to become the nation's next prime minister. He will take over from Ulysses Correa e Silva, who has led the government for the past 10 years. The PAICV party has presently secured 33 of the 72 available positions in the National Assembly and may still achieve an absolute majority once the remaining seats, including those from the diaspora, are tallied. The outgoing Prime Minister, Ulysses Correa e Silva, has acknowledged his defeat and offered congratulations to his successor. With a population of roughly 550,000, Cape Verde is widely considered one of Africa's strongest democracies. The country's electoral cycle will conclude in November with a presidential vote. On Monday in Moscow, Equatorial Guinea's Foreign Minister, Simeon Oyono Esono Ago, held talks with Russian Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov.
Dear Minister, dear friend colleagues, we are delighted to welcome you to Moscow. We are meeting here as agreed last December when we spoke in Cairo on the sidelines of the Russia-Africa Ministerial Conference. We have a very good relationship, which has developed over decades, starting with your struggle for independence. There was then a brief, not a pause, but a slight slowdown in our cooperation. But in February 2024, just over 2 years ago, we resumed our diplomatic presence in Malabo and restored the work of our embassy. We have very intensive political ties and regular high-level dialogue. We are in constant contact and are doing a lot in the areas of cultural and humanitarian relations. Today, I hope we will discuss how we might raise our trade and economic relations to the same level as our political dialogue. We are always ready to continue our military technical cooperation.
Their discussions focused on defense collaboration and Russia's involvement on the Africa continent. Russia Foreign Minister Lavrov indicated Moscow's readiness to continue military and technical cooperation with Equatorial Guinea, describing this as an integral part of their long-standing bilateral relationships. Lebanon's Ministry of Health has reported that the death toll within the country, resulting from Israeli military actions during the conflict within Hezbollah, has exceeded 3,000 since hostilities intensified in early March. Reports indicated the number of fatalities reached 3,020 by Monday, a significant total in the ongoing conflict that shows no signs of lessening, even with a tentative ceasefire. Lebanon became involved in the hostilities on March 2nd, when the Iran-backed group Hezbollah launched rockets towards Israel. This action followed an Israeli attack that caused the death of Iran's supreme leader. Sierra Leonean authorities have implemented critical health procedures and stricter examinations at its primary entry point, following a recent emergency of the Ebola virus within Central Africa. On Sunday, May 17, 2026, the National Public Health Agency, NPHA, released an official statement assuring the public that Sierra Leone remains free of Ebola, with no confirmed, suspected, or likely case reported within its borders. Nevertheless, authorities are taking swift action to prevent the virus from entering the country. An active outbreak of the Bundibugyo strain of Ebola has been confirmed in the Democratic Republic of Congo's DRC Ituri province, where 246 suspected cases and 65 deaths have already been documented. All these stories making the news brief. Thanks for watching 22nd Century Television Channel 28, and do follow us on all our social media handles. I have been your presenter, Marion Grace Davies-Kama.